Hey friend, Graham Cochran here. Today I want to go a little off topic. I actually want to talk about work and the cultural influence on how we view work, how we view our business. And I want to share a little bit of an experience I recently had with my family and unpack 3 principles that I'm chewing on, that I'm continuing to process, that are changing the way I view work and the way I view my business, that I'm finding some freedom in, that I think will help you as you start your business, as you transition into a business from a day job, or just as you try to push your business to the next level. And specifically, these 3 principles come from spending a month in the south of France, meeting amazing small business owners, talking to a lot of the French people and asking them questions about their work, their business, their life, and then just viewing and seeing how the French operate their businesses. A couple caveats. 1, I'm going to be making sweeping generalizations based off of my experience and my wife's experience over there in France, so this can't be true for all French people everywhere. My experience is also based off of the slower paced countryside living of Provence in the south of France and sort of in the western south part of the Dordogne region, the Périgord region, outside of Bordeaux. So this isn't going to be really maybe typical of Parisian life if you lived in Paris or if you worked in Lyon or in some of the bigger cities. City life is city life, and I feel like there's a culture to city life in general that might be true in many cities around the world. But this is true of the vast majority of people that we met in our time in France. The first thing that you notice immediately if you spend any length of time with the French people, especially the business owners, is that the French work to live instead of living to work. As an American, I notice this the moment I roll into any town in France, all the towns I went to, on a Monday when I want to go to the grocery store or I want to get something at the butcher. So many shops and restaurants and establishments are closed. It's like a ghost town in these towns. And I'm thinking, is it Saturday? Is it Sunday? It's Monday. And a lot of these businesses just don't really open up on Monday, or maybe they open up later on Monday. They just sort of carry over the weekend into their Mondays, that it's hit or miss. You may or may not find what you're looking for to be open on a Monday because they may or may not be open. They're just not in a rush to start the work week. You notice this also when you go to almost any establishment in the middle of the day, and so many of these stores are closed between 12 and 2:30, sometimes 3 o'clock. They take 2.5 to 3 hour lunch breaks every day, where literally the store is shut and there's no one there. You just gotta come back between 3 and 5. So you have like maybe 9 to 12, maybe 3 to 5. There's like a solid 5, maybe 6 hours that these stores and sometimes restaurants are open, which as an American is super inconvenient because I live in the land of convenience. I expect everything to be open 24 hours a day, but in France, no. They value lunch. They value sipping an espresso and lingering over a long lunch or coffee break. They value reasonable start times and very reasonable end times because guess what? They want to go have dinner. They value their weekends. They value even Monday. What's the rush to get into work? Here's the takeaway for principle 1 for you is that the French have decided on a lifestyle that they value. And then they fit their work or their small business around that lifestyle, or maybe better said, to support that lifestyle, rather than the other way around, where in America, and again, I'm going to make sweeping generalizations for my country, in America, we tend to sacrifice all of our priorities at the altar of our work or our business. So we will do whatever it takes to support our work or our business. So our lifestyle takes a back seat to the work or business. What this looks like for many of us is taking work on vacation. Laptop is open on vacation, working late in the evenings, skipping dinners, having the phone on us while we are at the table with our family, never mentally being able to shut off because we're physically always open. This is the American culture of work. where our lifestyle is just lost and our priorities are lost for the sake of work. Where in France, they seem to flip it around. They know clearly what they want their lifestyle to look like, and they make their work hours support that. I've talked about this before in another video, how the reason why in America we just serve and serve and serve our businesses and sacrifice everything for our businesses early on is because we believe the hustle myth, that one day all of this hustle will be worth it and then we'll be able to relax, when in reality you never get there. You never get there. You have to choose to bend your work and your business around the life you want to live now and enjoy life now, because it's not going to get better someday. That's just a false myth that just keeps us working and slaving away at something and missing the opportunity to have life right now. The second principle I learned was that the French are not afraid to miss out on possible profit. And this makes sense based off of the first principle, that they're rarely open. They close for lunch. That's a missed opportunity. I showed up at multiple establishments, money in hand, ready to buy something, purchase something. They were closed. This is true on weekends. This is true in the evenings. This is even true where a lot of establishments will close down for months at a time. My family and I went to a restaurant in a beautiful little town called Brantôme, and we love this restaurant. We got to know the couple who owns it. The husband cooks all the food in the kitchen. The wife is front of house doing the maitre d' thing. As we got to know them and how long they've been running the restaurant, and they've been doing multiple restaurants over the years, we learned that in the winter months in that part of the country, business kind of slows down a bit. And so they just close the entire restaurant for 2, maybe 3 months, and they travel the world. They go to Thailand, they go to Vietnam, they go to Africa. They've been to all these other countries. They enjoy their life, they travel. And as restaurant owners, they learn about the foods in these cultures and they actually bring it back to France, which is actually rare for French cuisine. The French don't stray too far away from what they like and what they know. But this couple like to infuse their world travels and the foods they found into their French cuisine, and they open back up for the other 9 to 10 months of the year. Now that is mind-blowing that a restaurant would close for 2 to 3 months. As an American, I can't think of a single business that closes more than on Christmas or Easter or New Year's Day, let alone a month or 2 or 3 months out of the year, and there's still business when they come back. Why can they do this? They can do this because they view profit very differently than Americans. They see fewer people trickling in, they see slower months, and they say, you know, what's the point of being open if it's really gonna be not that many people anyway? Let's just close down and go travel. We're not gonna miss out on that much profit. So they see some potential profit and they give it up because they know it's not that much and they'd rather be enjoying their lives. Whereas in America, we do the opposite. If we see any potential profit, we open our doors, we go for it. So if there's anybody that might stroll into a drugstore at midnight, we're gonna be open all night long. If anybody wants a Big Mac, potentially at 2 a.m., we're gonna stay open all night long. If anybody might stroll into a restaurant, even on a slow month or a slow time of year over the holidays, we're gonna be open because doggone it, we're gonna capture every possible dollar that's possible. Why would we not want to? And that is the difference, seeing the same situation, but the French see it as, why go through the hassle of being open when we could travel or just rest? And Americans see, why miss out on any opportunity to make any amount of money when it's there for the taking? Which leads me to my third and final principle. My wife and I, in talking about this and meeting so many cool people in France, we learned that the French work just enough, on the whole, to support their simple lifestyle and no more. We met shop owners and actresses and authors and dancers and Airbnb hosts, all of these people who sort of do irregular work. They work gigs, they work a job for a time, they make some money, and then it supports them for a time. They live off that money until it starts to dry up, and then they go make some more money. It's like this beautiful thing where they know what they need to live in their simple lifestyle. Again, sweeping generalizations, but simple lifestyle. They know what they need. They work enough to support that simple lifestyle, and then they're done for a while. They know when they've hit that line. You could see it in the type of cars they drive. They don't drive fancy cars. There's all these old, beat up, dusty cars, and they're all small and they don't care. Simple decor in their homes, not the latest fashions of clothes. they care about different things than a lot of Americans care about. They care about long meals, good food, good wine, good people, and that's not really that expensive of a lifestyle. So they have figured out what their enough is. They work to support that enough. Whereas in America, we are, especially in the business world, but it spills out to everywhere else, we are steeped in a massive assumption of growth. That growth is the goal. Grow, 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 bigger, 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 more, more, more. So the point is, as a business owner, we're trained in America, subtly or not so subtly, that you should always want more, that your business should always be growing. These small business owners weren't talking about 5-year plans. They weren't comparing Q3 profits to Q2 profits. If their business supports their simple lifestyle and they can meet their priorities and those simple goals, they're happy and they're content with what they're making. Why do they need more? So why are we as Americans obsessed with growth? It's exhausting, it's frustrating. Now, let me just leave you with a few questions that might just get you thinking. And that's the whole point of this video, is just to get you and I to think. I don't have anything specific here to teach you, nothing concrete other than observing a culture who's different than mine, whose views on work seem refreshing and healthier in a lot of ways, and trying to massage that into the way I view work and apply it into my own life. So here's some questions for you to consider. Why is growth always the goal? Does it have to be? When is there enough growth? What would be enough profit for you? Is more always better? And here's another one. If nothing about my work or business were to change from here on out, would I be happy and okay with the way things are? Again, I don't have all these things figured out. The word enough, what is enough, is something that I've been wrestling through with all year long. What is enough? Enough growth, enough income, enough impact, enough influence, enough recognition. What is enough for me? And I wrestle with it constantly. So hopefully you'll wrestle with it as well. If you're willing to, leave a comment below this video and maybe wrestle out loud with me and with us, that we might talk a little bit about our views on work, maybe the healthy and the unhealthy views. I'm open to any kind of conversation. Again, this isn't as black or white as it may seem in a simple video, but these are just observations that my wife and I put together after spending a month with these amazing people. I want you to feel free in your work and your business. I want you to experience joy and satisfaction in your work and your business. And it's not always about making more money. Sometimes it's about the way we view the work and the money we're already making. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing to these videos. I'll see you on another video real soon.